Good day everyone. Welcome to our group presentation in Networking 2.
I'm TJ Bautista.
I'm Crystal Pareñas.
I'm Krisa May Talanya.
And I'm Roger Philip Elcabar.
And I'm Carol Jamil P. Bulawan.
Crossover cables are similar network devices like two computers or switches connect directly without needing a switch or router. It's called crossover because it swaps the transmit and receive wires. That way the devices can talk to each other correctly. In a normal Ethernet cable, wires are straight through pin 1 to pin 1, pin 2 to pin 2, and so on. In a crossover cable, pin 1 connects to pin 3 and pin 2 connects to pin 6, swapping the data lines. Use a crossover cable when connecting is PC to PC, switch to switch, and router to router.
In today's session, we're going to see the basic network commands such as ipconfig, ipconfig/all, and slookup, ping, and traceUp. The first command that I'm going to use is to see the IP configuration details. We are required to give the command ipconfig. Once we give ipconfig, we will get the IP configuration details of the computer. Here, I have established the local area network through Wi-Fi LAN adapter. Now, we will give the command nslookup. nslookup, we can ask the DNS server for IP address for the given server. So, the nslookup, it is used to query the DNS server to get the IP address for the given names for the computer names. For the computer name www.amazon.com, the IP address is now resolved by the DNS server. Now, we know the IP address of the Amazon. We will check whether our computer and Amazon computer are reachable. To do this, I am giving the command ping space the www.google.com. So, the computer task, it sent 4 packets to Amazon, and if you observe, we got 4 replies from that server. So, this computer has sent 4 packets and we received 4 acknowledgement. So obviously, there is no loss because 4 packets are sent and we received 4 acknowledgement. Now, I will trace the route how the packet from my computer is reaching the destination computer. So we have a command called traceroute. Type traceRT www.facebook.com. So this traceRT command shows several details about the path that a packet takes from one device to another. So in this case, it is going to show several details about the path that is taken by a packet from this computer to Facebook server.
So syempre, we need to open the Cisco packet tracer, and then we will be going to add 2 laptops. So we need to add the first laptop and the second laptop. Syempre, dalawang alam. Then we need to put a connection between the 2 laptops. So we will be going to use the crossover. So pag pinindot mo yung laptop, piliin natin yung fast Ethernet. Same sa kabila, enable for them to connect. And then click yung unang laptop or yung the laptop 1, then punta sa desktop side or sa desktop rather, then piliin yung IP configuration, then set yung IPv4 address sa 192.168.0.1. Naiintindihan? Okay, naiintindihan. Then ganun din sa laptop 2. i-check or i-click yung laptop, then go to desktop, piliin ang IP configuration, then set yung IPv4 address sa 192.168.0.2. So, yun ang pinagkaiba. Kung sa una, .1 yung last, then sa pangalawa, .2, syempre. Nag-iisip ka ba? And then, next is yung unang laptop, i-click natin, piliin yung desktop, then command prompt. Type ping 192.168.0.2. Syempre, ipiping mo yung pangalawa, kaya .0.2, yung pangalawang laptop, di ba? And then, ganun din, kapag nag-reply, or magre-reply yan ng 4 na beses, ganun din yung sa pangalawang ping. So, kung ang gagamitin mo, yung laptop 2, enable for you to ping the laptop 1, you need to ping 192.168.0.1. So first, we need to open our Cisco Packet Tracer, and then we will be going to do this 5 step. The first step is the topology setup. First is we need to add the devices that we needed. So in this case, we will be going to add 4 computers, 1 switch, and 1 printer on our Packet Tracer workplace or workspace rather. And then we will be going to, of course, connect those devices that we add. Then we can use Ethernet cables to create a basic network topology, connecting the computers and the printers to the switch, and the switch to the router if applicable. And then we will be going to configure the IP addresses of each devices that we added a while ago. First, we need to assign the IP addresses to the computer's interfaces using a consistent network scheme. Example is the 192.168.0.1. So, since 4 yung nilagay natin computer, so hanggang .0.4 yung IP address na ilalagay natin. And then, we need to, of course, enable the DHCP. We need to configure the router to act as a DHCP server so computers can obtain IP addresses automatically. And then the next step is the computer configuration. So access the computer or the desktop, click on the computer and go to the desktop tab. Configure the IP configuration, set the IP configuration to DHCP. Then we need also to verify the connectivity. We need to use the ping command in the command prompt to test the communication between computers and the printer's IP addresses. If you can ping, then it simulates basic network connectivity. Then the next step is the simulation of the printer. So Packet Tracer's printer is limited, of course, kasi it doesn't have a direct print sharing function like in the real network. Next is to simulate the printing. In Packet Tracer, you can simulate printing by taking a screenshot using the Windows tools of the desired output from the computer and pasting it into the document, or by using a print command in the CLI to see if it sends a PDU, indicating a successful transmission through UONs, or although we cannot see a printed page. And then the last thing that we need to do is the file sharing itself. So we need to configure an FTP server, enable the FTP service on one of the computers acting as a server, and create an account or a user account with appropriate permissions. Next is to configure an FTP client on the other computer acting as a client. Use the FTP client to connect to server using its IP address and the created username and the password. And then finally, we need to transfer files. You can then upload and download files between the FTP server and client, simulating file sharing compatibilities or capabilities. Yun lang.